Science fiction.
Action adventure.
Comedy. Redemption story.
Animation.
Musical.
Crime.
Fantasy. Good guy goes bad.
Mockumentary.
Testing plot.
Here's the deal. 15 different genres, same log line, and the same structure. You're going to pick a genre out of a hat and use this log line. Everything is normal in the life of the protagonist until he receives an email that turns his life upside down. I'm hoping that we could put 15 projects together and create a single larger project. I took the directing class myself, and it was one of my favorite classes at Towson. I tried to follow the example of what my teacher, Tom Brandow, did, which was we had 3 projects. And the first one was an exercise, the second one was an exercise, and the third one was an exercise.
Here's a scene. Go direct a scene that you think. I think I did that in a video 1 class back like 4 years ago. What do you fucking do?
I felt like it kind of limits your creativity.
What I got back were a lot of unambitious projects from the students. They weren't that, some of them were really great, some of them were done really well. All of them, the students tried to do the project and they did it as an exercise. But I didn't feel any like heart or passion from the students doing those projects.
When Nate first gave his proposal about this project idea of having the different genres and the different, the same log line, different scripts, different genres, I was a little intimidated.
I thought this project was going to be pretty much a waste of my time. I really didn't want to do it. I just wanted to get this class over and done with so I could graduate, so I can go on, so I can start paying my loans back.
Having just a log line really made me feel like any possibility was open.
And also, I'm not going to say I don't think I'm a strong writer, but it's not necessarily my focus. And so I was also a little nervous about actually writing the script, but it turned out a lot better than I thought. So
this was definitely the type of directing that I really wanted to experience in the class.
I think the students became more interested in that kind of thing.
My name is James, and my genre is animation. It's about a guy who is an exhausted film animator, and he's working late one night on his claymation creatures and falls asleep. And the conflict arises when he gets a message on his computer that says that he's been infected with a computer worm. The catch is that the virus is actually stop motion as well and comes out of his computer and is sort of fighting with his other stop motion characters. This has been a huge learning process. One thing that I learned is that you can't really animate for longer than an hour or so because your back just hurts so bad from leaning over and moving this model one little bit and then clicking. By the end, I was just laying out on the floor for hours at a time, just trying to relax. This project really made me feel like I was glad to have taken the class, especially since I've never worked with stop motion animation before in college.
my name is Krista, and my genre is musical. The guy in my film is going to be very kind of this depressed, kind of pessimistic kind of guy, no real jazz in his life, I guess you could say. And he gets an email saying, "Smile or your life will be turned into a musical," from an anonymous sender. It'll be a big musical number of everyone, singing and dancing. And then when it ends, after he's finally kind of accepted his life as a musical, it goes away. I came up with the idea for my story actually in class. I was talking with my friend Jeff, and he was like, "Yeah, maybe it could be about a guy's life as a musical." And I was like, "Well, how about a guy who's turns into a musical?" And then it kind of just led on from there. When I was thinking of casting, when I was kind of going through the process, I already knew who I wanted as my lead. He's been a friend of mine for the past couple years, and I've worked with him a lot on different projects. And I kind of wrote the part with him in mind. And so I was really hoping he would be able to do it, which he was, thank goodness. Personally, I think I could have put even more into it, but as of now, I'm pretty happy with everything.
My name's Charlie Anderson, and my genre is crime.
My story is called First. It's about a guy who goes on his first hit as a hitman.
It's a story of revenge as well. It's a guy named Jason who is trying to get revenge for his murdered wife. He goes to police about it, and the police don't do anything about it. So he takes matters into his own hands and goes to the mob about it. And the story revolves around that, and the fact that the mob has the information that he needs, but in order to get the information out of him, he has to cooperate and do a task for them, which is to put this hit out on this girl. Crime is actually not as easy as it sounds, because you have to make it convincing and make it good, which hopefully I did. This is the first time I've actually shot with this format. We shot with Panasonic HVX 200 and SG Pro 35mm adapter, so it gives you that nice depth of field for 35mm film. Production went pretty smooth, granted, for what it was. I don't think I'll ever use student actors ever again. I can't. I'm addicted to professional actors. I'm sorry. I can't do it. In the end, you know, I took a step back. I thought things through. I realized that I wanted to do something different. I make something look phenomenal with a new medium that I just have, which is high definition, and pretty much just put my best foot forward and just make a kick-ass movie, and I think I really have.
On the MIC, on the
What I'd really like is for every student who took this class, whether they wanted to be a director or not, to see that they have the full potential to be a director.